How about a pitcher that's under 8K that you have interest in?
Yeah, so the field is going to love Ranger Suarez at home against the Cubs. And it's not that it's a bad spot for him. I think he's probably a slightly above average starting pitcher. The Cubs are a bad offense. So it sets up well for him at 7,200. The problem is, yeah, I think he could be 50+% owned on this slate, and he's just not deserving of that. So if you want to pivot, Mike Minor, 6,800, is in a much worse matchup at home against the Oakland A's, but Minor and Suarez are actually pretty comparable pitchers, and the fact that Minor's matchup is so much worse is probably going to dictate that he's a fifth as popular as Suarez is. So I think making that move to go to a guy who's just in a bit worse of a spot, but is a similar quality pitcher, that makes a lot of sense to me. So I think Minor comes in pretty contrarian because Suarez is priced right around him.
Garion, favorite pitcher under 8K?
Yeah, like Matt said, if you're playing in a cash game setting, I think Suarez is going to be insanely popular. He's going to be popular in tournaments as well, just because his last 4 starts, he has posted the 1.77 FIP. His strikeout rate has kind of jumped up to around 28%, and he still brings that elite 60% ground ball rate. Factor in the Cubs. Again, I like him. I think he's going to do well tonight. I think he's probably going to hit 3x value or at least 2.5x value, but yeah, the ownership is going to be a little tricky. So if you want to go in the just complete opposite direction in terms of someone who is going to get absolutely no love tonight and you're just throwing a dart, Griffin Jax is kind of interesting. He's sub 6K. He's been pitching terrible. I can't emphasize that enough. His last 4 starts, his ERA is above 10. However, he has demonstrated some ability to rack up strikeouts at the major league level, and Cleveland just can't hit. Since the beginning of September, obviously, they were no hit this past weekend, but they are dead last in baseball in WOBA and WRC plus since September 1st. So if you just want to bank on a team that has not been able to produce against anyone, and that matchup turning a bad pitcher into a viable option, I do think Jax might have some value on tonight's slate.